We cross over live to the committee.
LUPOSOSHI Town Council, welcome back. This is a reappearance. Before we start our meeting, as per custom and tradition, we would like to extend Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia. That whatever you say before this committee cannot be used against you in the course of law or indeed outside this meeting. However, if you willfully or deliberately choose to mislead the committee, the same Cap 12 can be used against you. It is our belief that you are going to share factual information that we are going to use to do a good report that we shall present before the main house. With that said, we want to request that you quickly introduce yourselves for the sake of record and the listening public.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Sidin Hamoya, Council Secretary, LUPOSOSHI Town Council. I've come with the Council Secretary who was there, Mr. Mlauzi, and then also OVO contractor. So I'll ask the CS to introduce himself and the other colleagues. Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Mlauzi, Council Secretary that time, that is 2023. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, honorable members of the committee. My name is Madichi Koisli, Director Engineering, LUPOSOSHI Town Council.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chikwati Shimba, Assistant Procurement Officer.
Thank you.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, Honorable Committee. My name is Mainza, coming from the Legal Department.
Mainza Mishek? You are Mishek Mainza or Mainza who?
Mapande Mainza.
Okay. You are what?
Coming from the Legal Department.
Okay.
For OVO.
What position do you have in the Legal Department?
I'm the Assistant to Senior Counsel, Jonathan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, Honorables. Wale Andrew, Internal Auditor, LUPOSOSHI Town Council.
Okay.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Matente. I'm the Director of Finance for LUPOSOSHI Town Council.
Thank you.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, honorable committee members. I'm Grace Mlenga Kawe, Council Advocate, LUPOSOSHI.
Thank you.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, members of the committee, and good evening, the permanent witnesses. Perry Savit, Director Planning. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have two people from Legal Department.
Chair, Mr. Mainza is representing OVO contractor, like I said.
Oh,
Thank
OVO.
you.
Yes. Okay. Why send a legal person? He wanted the contractor himself. He's not here. He's not within Zambia.
The contractor is not feeling well. If he could, we would have made it. Our apologies.
That should have been communicated to the secretariat. Our committee was wanted to engage the person who was actually dealing with the projects. you are hired by OVO contractors as a legal person, correct? So you are contracted to stand in for him. The issues that we are dealing with are technical in nature in terms of why and how the project was done. I don't know. We need guidance how to proceed, because yes, they are legal. They are legal in nature, but we wanted to say when was the contract done, why was it. Anyway, AG's office.
Good evening, Chair, and good evening, honorable members. Good evening, LUPOSOSHI Council. My name is Patricia Malaila, Director from Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Behind there.
Thank you, Chair, and good evening. Good evening, committee, honorable committee members. Good evening, CS and your management team. My name is Mlenga Chama, coming from the Office of Accountant General.
Good evening, Chair. Good evening, members of the committee. Good evening, LUPOSOSHI. My name is Achuya Davis, Assistant Director, Local Authorities Department, Ministry of Finance and National Planning, Audit Division, and you are welcome again.
Good evening, Chair, and good evening, honorable members of the committee, LUPOSOSHI Town Council. Good evening, and you're welcome. My name is Joyce Kubansa from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk's office.
Thank you so much, Chairperson, and good evening to you and other honorable members, CS and your team. Evening. I am Chirimboy Elijah from the Office of the Clerk of National Assembly, and you are welcome. Thank you so much.
Honorable member for Mitete.
Chair, thank you very much. LUPOSOSHI, you are welcome. Mutelo Mishek, MP for Mitete. Chair, thank you very much.
Kaumbwe.
Good evening, LUPOSOSHI Town Council, and welcome to your committee on local government accounts. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Bedawe District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good evening, our permanent witnesses and my honorable colleagues and secretariat. Good evening, actually, LUPOSOSHI Council. You are welcome to this committee. Feel free, you are just witnesses. My name is Elliot Kamondo. I'm Member of Parliament from Fumbwe in Northwestern Province.
My name is Mishek Mtetu Wanyambose. I'm the Member of Parliament for Jasefu constituency, and I also chair this committee. As I said earlier, the person we summoned is the contractor himself in person, and the council secretary should have communicated to the secretariat if we were unable to get the contractor, because the contractor was going to answer the technical issues is the person who was on the ground and not the legal team. So the questions that we are going to be asking were technical in nature, pointing to the contract, to the projects where the legal person was not privy to, or the legal person of the contractor was not privy to the physical projects on the ground. However, we're going to proceed this manner. The way we have come. However, that's the guidance I wanted to seek in future. We want the actual persons. The contractor is different from a legal person. So, however, we shall proceed. We shall put it in our report. Thank you. Another guidance is that you read the new submission. These ones you read them through. So you just read the new submission. Then we shall ask you questions from the new submission and the old one, since we know the specific queries that were highlighted to be resubmitted. CS, you can take us through.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for that guidance. Chair, we have extra evidence to submit. If we are allowed, Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. We have documents here. Thank you, Chair. Maybe as the documents are being circulated, I can guide. So we have Appendix 30, which contains the bank statements for Mando. Basically, this is highlighting the payments that was done to OVO. Appendix 31, BOQs for Mando as well. Then Appendix 32, BOQs for Chanika, Staff House. And Appendix 33, an updated summary of CDF projects. Thank you, Chair. I'll go through the submissions. Chair, on specific audit findings, A, construction of 1 classroom block at Chungu Primary School, stored projects. Chair, additional management response. Cause of query, I don't know, Chair, if with your guidance, I already laid the cause of query last time we appeared. Maybe I can just proceed to additional management response. Management wishes to clarify that the contract was signed on 18th May 2023 and the contract was terminated due to delayed completion and poor workmanship. A total sum of 408,576.19 kwacha was paid to the contractor, which is a summation of 212,704.31 ngwe as advance payment and the 195,871.88 ngwe measured works for the substructure. See Appendix D. B, we have rehabilitation of staff house, stored works, additional management response share. Management wishes to clarify that the contract type was a full unit price contract. The initial budget price included 100% substructure, 100% concrete, 100% masonry work, 100% roof structure, 50% finishes, 50% metal work, 40% joinery, and in carpentry, 0% plumbing, 0% external works, 0% electrical, 0% painting, and the decorations, and 0% solar system, 0% on ceiling. See Appendix 1 for details, Chair. F, construction of staff house at Mwando Health Post. Abandoned projects, additional management response. Management wishes to clarify that the contract to rehabilitate Mwando Health Post and construct a 3-bedroom staff house by OVO general dealers was signed on 24th January 2023 at a total contract sum of 502,617.10 ngwe. The rehabilitation of the health post was completed and handed over. A total amount of 179,930 20 ngwe was paid for the completed rehabilitation of the health post for part of the substructure for the staff house. The contract was terminated due to delayed completion of the staff house. See Appendix K. I submit, Chair.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Honorable members, we can now engage the council. Let me start. I'll start on page 3 of the old submission. page 3 of the old submission. The query is procurement of 100 laptops, irregular collection of laptops from schools. Procurement of 100 laptops, irregular collection of laptops from schools. On the 9th of May 2023, the Council engaged the Sky Lake Solution Limited to supply and deliver 100 laptops to schools for use by learners at a contract sum of 1,015,000 kwacha, with a delivery period of 3 weeks. And the history is that on 15th of June, the District Education Board Secretary, before that, the 100 laptops were distributed to 10 schools, each schools receiving 10 laptops. But on the 15th of June 2023, the District Education Board Secretary, Debs, instructed the 10 schools that had received laptops to release 1 laptop each to Debs operations. As a result, each school was left with 9 laptops. It observed that the collection of these laptops by Debs was irregular, as there was no authority from the Constituency Development Fund Committee, CDFC. Further, as of 31st July 2024, the collected laptops had not been returned to the schools. And you have referred to us to Appendix 4. Collection of laptop under that minute, Council Secretary. So schools were writing to you. The question is, have these laptops been taken back to the schools? The resolution is that these were supposed to be taken to schools for use, Council Secretary. However, they were taken to Deb's office, which was not the office. 10 of them were taken to Deb's office for use, other than the original or intended beneficiaries, which are the schools. And the auditors picked this matter. What was the engagement? You, after the auditors picked this matter, you as a council, with the Debs, owing to the fact that these laptops were not meant for Deb's office, but to benefit schools or our pupils in the schools. What actions did you take?
Thank you, Chair. Of course, Deb's office was engaged over this matter, and then the laptops were retained back, as you can see. As per attached documents, I think all the schools confirmed that these laptops were received by various schools, where the laptops were collected from. Thank you, Chair.
The question is, these letters are confirmations by schools that indeed they received.
Indeed, Chair.
Or they went back to collect from the Deb's office. These were confirmation of the 10 laptops by schools. Now, after it was realized that by the external auditors, Auditor General's office, that these laptops were not with the intended beneficiaries, some of them were not with the intended beneficiaries. They were actually picked by Debs. He was picking from 1. This query was given to you. What actions did you take, you as on behalf of the CDFC committee, to ensure that those laptops were retained to the schools?
Thank you, Chair. Let me ask the CS to take it up.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chair. I will refer you back to Appendix D. There's a letter which was written to the DEB's office dated the 10th July 2023.
Appendix D.
Oh, Appendix 4. There's a letter which was written to the DEB's office on the 10th July 2023.
By your office?
Yes. Where we directed them to return all those laptops which were collected from the schools. It was unfortunately, Chair, that the DEB's office went ahead and collect those laptops from the schools which were given minus our knowledge. So when the auditors came, they raised this issue, we immediately took action and wrote to him so that he can immediately return them. Thanks, I submit.
Yeah, we see the letter which is dated 10th July 2023.
Yes,
but
Chair.
what evidence is there that indeed the DEBs retained these laptops to the schools? What is the response to your letter? What is the action that followed after your letter?
Chair.
Addition before you respond. Switch off your mic. CS Mlauz.
Chair, through you, your committee is an evidence-based committee. How is this committee going to believe that indeed these laptops were delivered to the schools, like you have asked? And I want to ask, did you also confirm that the computers were delivered to each and every school? Did you go to monitor and find out that indeed, despite having received actually the letters which we have in our possession, did you go to confirm to those schools that indeed the laptops were returned to those schools?
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Chair. I'll ask the Director Planning to respond.
Director Planning?
Thank you, Chair. So, like the respective schools responded, indeed these laptops were sent back to the benefiting schools, and we actually did the physical verification and confirmed that the schools are having the 10 laptops each.
So you're telling this committee the letters here are letters confirming the receipt of one laptop each school?
Yes.
Or these are letters confirming the receipt of 10 laptops to them, because they were given each school 10 schools, each school given 10, 10, 10, and these are the letters acknowledging receipt of the laptops. But now we wanted confirmation, or maybe we have not read the detail, maybe a particular paragraph that indicates that this is a confirmation that they have received the laptops from DEBs, the ones which were collected from them.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. So the letter that we've attached to this documentation is the respective schools confirming to say, instead of them having 9, they're having 10 laptops. So that is indicating that DEBs gave them back the one laptop each that they were collecting from the respective schools. So
you did a physical verification?
Yes, Chair, that was done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Honorable Kamondo, last one on this one.
Who did the physical verification? Is it you?
I did, together with my planning team. Even the office of the auditor was also part of the team that was in the field.
Do you have any report to that effect?
I don't have a report with me now.
You did a report?
The report was done, but I'm not having it with me right now.
So the report is there?
The report is there.
Auditor, do you confirm?
Thank you, Chair. I confirm that we did the actual verification, the physical verification.
And you found the 10?
Yes.
In all the schools?
Yes.
Okay, we move on. Before I give Dr. Manza, I've got another one on the same page, page 3, so that we can conclude. Failure to implement project, installation of street lights. On September 1st, 2022, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development approved the installation of street lights at Luenje, Sande, Mumba, Nsombo laybys at a total cost of 170,818 kwacha. However, this was on September 2022. Take note. However, as at 30th April 2024, the project had not been implemented 20 months after approval by the ministry in 2022 and the funds being available for the project. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observations or findings. The cause of query was result of approved street lights. Okay, in short, why did you fail to implement this project 20 months after approval, money is being available, and we assume that there was a need that was established to put street lights for the good people of Mumba, Sande, Rwenje, and Nsombo laybys. Those laybys. There was need that was established, and the WDCs saw that need and they brought to you. Money was available, but 20 months after the approval, nothing was done. Why?
Thank you, Chair. The Council Secretary.
Council Secretary, former Council Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. Before I call upon Director of Engineering to elaborate more, I'd like to give a background to this. When the same project was advertised for the same street lights, procurement realized that a lot of bidders, most of the bidders who bidded for the same project had bidded more than the budgeted amount. Thereafter, we couldn't progress over the same. Allow me to call upon Director of Engineering to shed more light. Thank you.
Director Engineering.
Okay, thank you, Chair. So as has been just riding on the remarks by the CS, this particular project, most of the bidders were bidding 25% above the required threshold that we can award above the budgeted amount. So on two separate occasions, there was no bidder found within what was budgeted. Therefore, Chair, it was re-evaluated. In terms of the budgeting itself was re-evaluated. The project itself was re-evaluated, additional amounts added, and as we speak, it's 100% complete, Chair.
That's where we have problems is the engineer's estimates. You know the market, how much it can cost to come up with a project, a street light. Why were you so low below the market value that bidders, all of them were way above, meaning that the actual costing was below the expected? Why? And it took you so long, 20 months. Why? Who was the Director Engineering? Yes. You were the one. That time, you were the one who did these estimates.
Chair, all 2022 projects, I didn't do an estimate because I joined November of 2022. So all 2022 projects, I wasn't part of the estimates.
Who was there?
Thank you, Chair. We used to have Mr. Mupesha, who was the Deputy Director of Engineering, who has since retired. Thank you.
Okay. Now, the issue, when you took over, you realized this was the case, and money was sitting in your accounts for this project. What made you to delay to retender this project? Because we are seeing documents now dated, written by Mr. Moya, 2025. This document is what? Is supply and installation of streetlights along laybys. Now you are writing to Free Enterprise, dated April 2022. Reference is made to, I hereby certify that works specified in the contract have been completed in 2025. Why did it take you long and the money sitting there? Because we have heard some councils or some people, we have complained as MP that why is money being mopped? But what was the money sitting in a private bank from 2022, 2023, 2024? The bank was making profit or interest on this money, utilizing this money. The council was not moving. And by the time you were doing this project, the value for money was gone. Why do councils take so long? Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Still ask the Director to give a response, Chair. Director.
Thank you, Chair. I think the only issue which was there is that all the money was allocated for 2022, and also by and 2023 and 2023 funding was allocated also quite early on. So we didn't have anywhere to do the variation from. Hence, we had to do the variation from the 2024 funding for the same. So that's where the gap is, where to get the additional fund when all monies are committed. So basically,
2023, you had an opportunity. This project was in September 2022, isn't it? 2023, you had an opportunity to get money to allocate, but you delayed. At that time, government had not decided to start mopping the monies. And now you see justification that government gave that they are mopping it because you are keeping monies in the accounts and not utilizing the money. And the banks are using that same money to even lend you your own money. Because of our failures as councils. So you see where you are supposed to be pulling up your socks. These are failures. You take it lightly, but one, there was excitement on the public that now we are going to have street lights. Two, government gave the money, do the work, you kept the money, the value for money was lost from 2022, you are doing a variation, it is more costly because the materials now went high. These are caused by yourselves as officers. This is where we have a problem with you officers. And yet, sometimes you want to complain, but we are just highlighting the weaknesses on your part, which you may not accept or easily accept. This is what you are supposed to do. Everything that stores, quickly procure, move. Honorable Gamondo, another question.
The question, my first question is
go ahead.
Yeah, my question is on page, I think page 11. Let's start from page, page 11, yes. Query number 2. The other one, I don't wish to tackle this one, but number 2, there are 2 queries. Lack of ownership documents for equipment and motorbikes on page 11. And then the query, the cause of query is that they are answering, the council is answering that management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's finding. The cause of query was as a result of 3 beneficiaries purchasing the equipment and the motorbikes without handing over proof of ownership documents to the local authority. The action that they've taken is that management wishes to inform the committee that it is in the possession of ownership documents for the hammer mills and the white book. The total amount which was involved in this transaction is about 693,920. Now, you have referred us to the documents on Appendix 14. So, Chair, on Appendix 14, I have seen the first one. The first document is a hammer mill under the name of Mumba Andrew, maybe something like that, which is 57,129,000 kwacha 98 ingwe. The other one is the same Mumba Andrew, 57,129.98 ingwe.
Which query is this?
The query is on page 11, which has come to, which is going to almost, yeah, page 11. Lack of ownership documents for equipment and motorbikes.
I think this one was done.
It was done?
Yeah, what we are looking at on page 11 is failure to avail loan agreements, and also page 16.
All right. Even the one for failure to avail loan agreements, they have actually submitted that these documents were not available at the time of verification, but they have managed to find them, and they are ready for verification now. I think maybe just a word of counsel. Some of these queries that are like this, in order to manage them for the future, I think there is no need for you not to have these documents. These are very important documents. Had you made efforts actually to have them within your custody, the auditors were not going to pick them and wouldn't have been wasting their time actually looking at them. Now, the implication which is there now is that sometimes it draws a lot of suspicions that you are not able to provide the information at the time of audit. Because I don't know, where is this bank? Is it within LUPOSOSHI or it is somewhere else?
It's in Kasama, Chair.
Of course, even if it is in Kasama, you had all the time. How many days were the auditors in your area?
1 week. 1 week, Chair.
Yes. So if it was 1 week through the chair, 1 week was enough actually time to have them actually brought in so that you drop this query. I think maybe going forward, I think we should do better than this. There are a lot of emphasis on the loans actually. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it also applies to the query on page 16. If you look at the query on page 16, unauthorized issuance of fuel. Contrary to the regulation, 925 liters of fuel amounting to 23,815 was issued to 10 vehicles without approved fuel requisitions. Last time I checked this, I had read this, although I was not there when you were sent away. I think I was there. When I checked this, I had a reconciliation of the vehicles. Those vehicles were, some of the vehicles, same number plate, but appearing one petrol, the other time diesel. So what I'm trying to tell you, trying to say is, now you have said, you have since, and when I see this, these are new acquittals, new fuel requisition forms. These are new fuel requisition forms. These are new. Contrary to the one, if you pick the old one, had a lot of issues. Now, the question comes, why, if these are genuine, during the time of audit, Why didn't you avail them? Where were they? They just appear when you are queried. So it's the same council that Honorable has said. Whom are you deceiving? When auditors come there, if there are genuine documents and the accounting system in the councils is correct, you have fewer requisitions. But the accounting system in the council seems to have gone to the wind. Where someone can draw fuel, you normalize later. Sometimes you fail to normalize. Just go and put fuel on the phone, give him 40 liters. Is that the way you're supposed to run things? Everything that you do in the councils is regulated. There are documents that you sign. Complete transaction, so that there's a trail. When, oh, this was a memo, a requisition book, and you have those small requisition books. Not these. These are quitos. There is a small book that you have. You don't use these papers in councils. CS, you know that. For fuel, you have booklets that you use. But for this purpose, you bring these. You make these forms, type them, and put vehicle numbers. You don't take them to the filling station. These. So what we are saying is that stop what you are doing, wrong things. Put your house in order. Unless you just enjoy getting allowances to come and appear before this committee, we don't want to see LUPOSOSHI coming with such queries again. These are fake documents, these, if I can use that word. No council is using these papers. There is no duplicate. No carbon copied. But the ones you use for fuel, you know them. Even after this session, behind there you tell me, yeah, you are right. But because you just want to answer and appear that you did something, something went wrong. So I wanted to add to what Honorable Kamonda said. Dr. Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. I may take the committee to page 3.
Let's go to page 3.
The new submission, yes. Construction of a staff house at Mwando Health Post. On 20th January 2023, LUPOSOSHI Town Council engaged the OVO builders and general contractors. The contract sum was 366,296. Completion period of 4 weeks, starting 24th January, ending on May 2023. At the end of the contract expiration period, which was basically May 2023, there were some unsupported extensions of time. Just from this, from what has been presented, the revised completion date was supposed to be November 2023, and the contract was terminated on the 9th January 2024. Reasons for termination is abandonment of site of the project, and the project that was abandoned can be seen clearly on page 5. It can be seen clearly that the staff house was just left at a foundation box level, and with some concrete blocks and sand as materials on site, and with the grass, overgrown grass. It shows that this project was abandoned so for a long period, and until one rainy season fell. The supporting evidence
at pit level.
For this one, there's no toilet.
This is Chungu, sorry.
For this one, there's not. It's just it's rehabilitation of an existing health post.
Okay,
and the construction of a new staff house. This was abandoned contractor paid 60% of the
contract amount that amounted to 216,753 kwacha, and the contractor abandoned site, and council has since then re-evaluated the works and re-advertised, and the contract is as to date, it is about 60% progress. Points of clarification I want to seek is at this particular site, there were two infrastructure projects, which is rehabilitation of an existing health post, as well as a construction of a new officer's house. And the total contract sum was 502,938 kwacha. And the breakdown in the costing for these two projects was 136,643 for the rehabilitation of the health post, and 366,295 for the construction, new construction. This is the same contractor who occupied this site, having these two projects under one contract. The contractor ended up taking 60% of the financial cost, and they abandoned the site.
So what is the question?
What was the main reason of abandoning the site, when I've checked enough evidence that he completed the rehabilitation works on the health post?
Council Secretary. Thank you, Chair. Council Secretary.
Thank you. Allow me to call upon Director.
Thank you, Chair. Just maybe clarification. The amount which was paid divided by total contract sum, that's slightly below 40%, not necessarily 60%. So 60% is coming if we divide by the staff house auditing. But if we divide by the total contract sum, that is up 40%. So as to why the contractor might have abandoned works, Chair, I might not be in a good position to answer why he abandoned works, but when we saw that, yeah, you probably explain. So when we saw non-progress, we had to terminate. At first, the slow progress was due to because the contract was awarded due to in the rainy season. So we have that issue of road network, delivery of materials. But after that, yes, now we had the dry spell, and then we couldn't see much. So that's how we have to terminate. So maybe I have to call upon the contractor to explain as to why he had to abandon the works.
Chair.
Honorable,
the current CS gave to the one who was there. The one who was there gave to the Director of Works. The Director of Works is now given to OVO.
I just want to make one clarity to make sure that we don't mislead the House. The money that was paid was 179,930. 21 ngwe. This was the money that was paid. 179,930. This was this is a total sum that was received over accounts, not 200 plus. No. I can even do the breakdown if you wish. Okay. On 9th February 2023, advance payment was 50,026.1.7 ngwe.
March 2023, works payment was 88,556.31. That's Ngwe. That was May 2023, works payment was 41,112.19 Ngwe, which is total sum of 179,930.21 Ngwe. That was the money that received.
Okay. Would you help this committee by stating why you abandoned site?
Okay. I would like to state that we did not abandon site. Although I agree that we agree that there was a quite slow pace that the company, because we enjoyed a bit of financial payments on our ends. If I go back to the habilitation of the health post, it costed us 136.643 Ngwe, which this was completed.
Chair, with your indulgence.
Switch off your mic.
With your indulgence. Council is saying you abandoned. Now, the contractor is saying he didn't. The good part with the contractor is 2 in 1. He's council, he's also the contractor. So what must we take? So that we are not caught in the abandonment and not. You are also a council employee, isn't it? You are also a representative of the contractor. So you as council, you said you abandoned. But you also as a contractor, you are saying you didn't. What should we write?
He is not a council employee.
He is not.
He is representing the OVO contractor.
But he said he is an assistant.
He is an assistant legal or is assistant.
What did you say?
I said assistant legal.
Do you work to who?
OVO.
OVO.
Oh, not to the council?
No.
Okay. Now, cleared. So, the contractor is saying, no, he didn't abandon. Council, you are saying he did. We want to write properly.
Who is saying?
Who is telling us the truth?
CS.
Okay, I'll refer this to Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair. Ideally, we anticipate a project of this nature to be done in under 4 months, especially during the dry spell. So if under 4 months, the project is at slab level, substructure, that's basically the definition of abandonment.
The issue which is there is, this is the contractor, you are the council. Switch off your mic. You give a contract which has a specific time frame. Whether rain season or not rain season, you know, because no one forces you to put a time limit. You put yourself. You give it to OVO contractors. And the OVO abandons the project. According to the council, what you have just submitted, you are on record that you abandoned. What engagements were there between you and the OVO? Official engagements that we can rely on just now. Director.
Addition, Chair. This picture, OVO, are you seeing this picture? Yes. Is this sign of abandoning or not? If it was...
Let one mic be off until you are given that chance.
The Chair have now given the chance to OVO.
Switch off yours then.
This. You've seen it, eh? What do you say?
Seeing the picture, I see it. But us putting it on record that we abandoned, I think that would be false on behalf of the company.
Sir, are you seeing this picture?
I'm definitely seeing the picture.
What do you say?
Let's have the Auditor General's office. They want to make a comment.
Thank you, Chair. At the time of audit, when the physical verification was being done, the contractor was not on site.
So, Ovo, you abandoned site. Besides abandoning site, you were paid some money and you went for good. At what point did you go back to the council to resume the works?
I would like to state that I believe we did not engage the council on going back because we received a termination later. I would like also to state that that site, if you look at it very well, the money that went there was went to what we paid, what we were paid here. The difference was about 43,000 kwacha.
Even Tungwe, if the difference you owed the council, what have you done to that money? Why did you get that money?
That's the money that is there.
Yes. The issue is you abandoned site after being paid some money. That's a query which is there. Isn't it, Doc? I will ask Doc to go further. Doc, speak, looking at time, be quick, Doc. Speak to the issue.
When you signed a contract on 24th of January 2023, you signed for these two infrastructure, rehabilitation as well as new construction of the staff house. Did you submit a work program to the council?
Yeah, leave it there. Let him respond. Did you submit a work program?
Yes, we did.
So were you consistent with it?
We were at first until we met a bit of a challenges financially.
Did you write to the council that we are facing financial challenges? A revised work program due to financial challenges.
I believe, according to my knowledge, there was no written document.
So you wanted the council to assume? No wonder Honorable Mutero is asking that you abandoned site. You don't inform the client that you are facing financial challenges officially, because these are legal issues. There was a formal engagement, a contract, which had the time frame and work program. We have taken possession of site. After 2 weeks, we are going to do this. After a week, we are going to do this. After this, you have those timelines. And if you have challenges, you are supposed to inform the client, which you didn't. So this is the issue. Doc, the next...
By the time that you signed this contract at Mwando Health Post, how many other projects that your company as OVO was handling in
LUPOSOSHI
around the district or around the province?
No, we just deal with LUPOSOSHI.
Yes.
I would like to rephrase the question again. Sorry.
Time that, because you are explaining to say you submitted a work program, but you did not follow that work program religiously because you had financial challenges.
Did you have any other project within LUPOSOSHI, yes, other than this one?
Other than this one.
That was running
concurrently.
That one I will need to consult from the management.
We want to show you that. That's why we wanted the owner of OVO. You go to page... where is this?
We have information. because this is a committee on local government accounts for all the councils in the country. Your behavior in the Northern Circuit is the same behavior that you exhibited under this contract in the Mwando Rural Health Post, where you get a contract, you get paid advance payment, and you just leave the client just to show that presence. To show presence is exactly what you see here in the picture. This is just a flat house. A flat house, so to show that I was here, you just do foundation and foundation wall. This behavior is exhibited in other councils, Lavushimanda, for example. It's there.
This is Mwando?
Mwando.
Or it has just been repeated here?
What motivates you to overstretch yourself to get these contracts when you do not have the financial and technical capacity to execute projects simultaneously?
As a company, we really respect our customers, especially the government. I would like to state.
Is this respect?
No, let's not
At
engage
this
in that
location,
one.
at this location, there is an existing health post, but it was in a dilapidated status, and the government gives money for rehabilitation as well as giving funds for a health worker, so that the people in Mwando area in LUPOSOSHI would enjoy the health services that would be provided after. Now, do you see the opportunity cost, the damage that you've caused by taking this project dragging for more than 2 years? Because right now it is not yet complete.
It's still.
It is at 60%. And in fact, there's even I'm sure, because they haven't even given us the financial details of the next contractor, it is procured at a high cost, because when we accumulate and also delayed services to the people, if health services could have been provided earlier, how many lives would we have saved there in LUPOSOSHI? So how do you, what motivates you to get these projects that you cannot handle, and you portray the same behavior of getting advance payment and you abandon?
Actually, before you respond, I don't know if it is in LUPOSOSHI. I just want to echo why we summoned OVO. OVO, in that Northern Circuit, you must be present in almost more than 5 districts. And when we interrogated those councils, OVO is appearing on most queried and delivered projects. We have record. And if it's not in LUPOSOSHI, I want the council secretary, where this project you failed and you were given another project. Is it in LUPOSOSHI where I was given the other one? It is failing. It's LUPOSOSHI, isn't it? No, not Lavushimanda. No, some council where Luwingu, where this project given to you, abandon it, then you are given another project, same, and this is the same company, OVO. That's why we said we want to see OVO here to come and give an account why OVO has been failing. And this is one of the failures. Whether you say it's 46,000 kwacha, whatever, look at the loss of the service from 20, and is this the one you have said this is a 2021? Somewhere a council says, actually, when you, is this the one where you say, yes, You look at page 4, first paragraph. In view of the list of approved projects from, this is a different one. It's the same. From the Ministry for the year 2022-2023, reviewed that the construction of the staff house at Mando Health Post was not among the approved projects. This one actually, the council also had to undertake or implement an approved project. Government did not approve this, you went ahead as a council. Now, when you were queried, management indicated that the project was why you didn't have it approved. You changed, instead of 2022, you changed that actually this project is a 2021 project. Now, if we take it that is 2021 project, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 4 years a house is still not complete. No services, you can't give this service to the people of Mando. 4 years, a house not completed because contractors abandoned it. You are failing to procure it. You are failing to complete it. We don't know how many contractors are there after OVO. But the question is, why deny the people of LUPOSOSHI's Mando area the service? And why we called you OVO? It's not for LUPOSOSHI only. We called you to appear, and I want you to go back and see what you have done, if I can equate damage to most of those councils. Where you take up a project, you give them 25% or some payments, you abandon. You go to another project. Sometimes within the same council, you are being favored with different projects. Even when you fail on this one, they give you another one. They give you another one. So, why are you doing this? OVO is a Zambian company. Why are you doing this to your own country as a company? Because we have reached a point where we are going to make this part of our report and state that these OVO contractors should not be seen around the councils, any project around councils. Because of this, we cannot stomach this ourselves as a committee. We can give you a list of the councils and the projects that are, you pick them, you see what you are doing. And today we are another contractor in Northwestern Province, prevalent in 5 districts, same way of OVO, you get abandoned. And you find that they do a variation after a variation. It costs more than what is supposed to have costed. Last one on this one, Honorable, before he responds.
Yes, Chair. OVO contractor, in his area submission, he portrayed like they have been doing very good works. I want to find out from them, from the works that they've done, how many projects have been completed successfully without going through such problems like the ones that we are discussing.
I would like to thank you, Chair, for acknowledging that we're a Zambian company and saving the Zambian people is our #1 priority. I would like to state that I think we've had a quite number of contracts, which are close to about 10, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be guided. But we have successfully about 6 of them fully complete. We have had a bit of challenges because of, again, I would like to state that part of the problems that we're having is the fluctuation of the kwacha towards the dollar. So prices tend to change. But we thank you for your support and we intend to do better.
There are so many companies, even in LUPOSOSHI, who have done very well. But why OVO?
Yeah. We are not interested in the 6 projects. We are just interested in 1 or 2, and in which district, and were they under CDF, and did they succeed or complete them within the specified time. I think that is what the people of Zambia would like to know, because it is actually suspected that OVO is not doing very well. So in order to show this committee that at least out of 10, whichever you got, these are the ones, maybe you're able to know them. So we want those actually projects to be known. And maybe if at all, you can even tender that information to us.
Giving out that information, I would have to go back to management, but we are more than happy to give out that information to the committee.
Dr. Mwanza, we conclude. On this one, okay. Dr. Mwanza, another question.
Since,
not on OVO.
Now, since he's legal, he is legal for OVO, how many litigation issues are you dealing with relating to issuance of advance bonds to the projects that you are undertaking?
Claims for advance refund of
because
advance payments.
This falls under your hands, your office, direct, as legal.
Do you have such cases?
I do not deny or no other except that one, because the thing is that if we have pending matters which are in court, we would rather wait for the court to decide.
No, it's not for Dr. Mwanza. Dr. Mwanza, I think we have no time for that. It's not a question that we want answers. It's a statement. In most of those councils in the northern sector, northern province where you have been, that we sampled, northern, even Wapula, I don't know where OVO appeared. It's either there is a claim of refund of advance paying, and the insurance company doesn't honor the insurance bond. Those cases are arising from the Auditor General's report. We are meeting you for the first time. You never knew that I'm a member of Parliament for Chasefu, but the courtesy of Madam Speaker has constituted this committee. And as we are basing all what we are saying from the reports that we are reading. And the OVO, you have that problem. And that's why we shall be compelled to mention these contractors never to appear around CDF, because CDF is supposed to benefit the people. And we don't want contractors who are trying to get money from councils and not do anything. The last question is, Dr. Mwanza, is on page 1. Construction of a 1x3 classroom block at Chungu Primary School, stored project. On May 10th, 2022, the council engaged Acumen Enterprise Integrated Services Limited for construction of 1x2 classroom block, staff house and 2 VIP toilets at Chungu Primary School in Kamfisa Ward, at a contract sum of 1,063,522 with a completion period of 12 weeks commencing 18th May 2022 ending 1st August 2022. The scope is indicated. As at 30th April 2024, the contractor had been paid amounts totaling 408,575, leaving a balance of 654,945. A physical inspection of the project carried out in March 2024 reviewed March 2024 from 2022 May. March reviewed that the project had not been completed 23 months after the completion date. The classroom block was at window level with cracks and the bend walls. The staff house was at slab level and the VIP toilet was at pit level. As at April 2024, the contractor was not on site. Director Engineering. Why?
Thank you, Chair. So maybe just a clarification. The contract was signed on 18th May 2023 as the attached contracts. However, due to poor workmanship, those same bend walls and cracks, that's what led to the termination, because the contractor did not demonstrate seriousness, starting from the nature of material on site and just the general workmanship. So it's because of that poor workmanship and just slow progress. That was the purpose why it was terminated, such that by the time the auditors came, the procurement process was still underway.
Dr. Manza, quick one as we wind up.
Okay, we've seen though the pictures are in black and white, actually almost like taking a picture where there's been a bushfire. So
Okay, let's be quick, Dr. Manza.
How did you treat this type of work where the contractor has constructed up to roof level, up to ring beam level, and the walls are cracking? How did you settle the accounts?
So,
yes, Director.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. If I take you to the reports, the contractor was only paid up to slab level because the works above that were not approved.
So the contractor who has taken over, you are saying that for this project actually at Chungu Primary School is what is the current status of the project?
Current status is at 80%. The contractor is painting and
demolished.
The second contractor.
Yes, so that was demolished. So the superstructure which had bent walls, that was demolished.
And at what cost did you procure this second contract?
The second contract.
So you have hidden these details. Why?
No, those details are there, Chair. If we go to Appendix 22, we have a table there.
The old document.
In the old document.
Yes, give us the details since you are already there.
So
at what price did you procure the new contract?
So the new from slab from slab level, including the 2 VIP toilets, at 1.3 million.
The first contractor was paid how much?
The first contractor was paid a total of 400.
For a 1x3 classroom block?
1x3 staff house and VIP toilets.
What was the extra payment on the total cost?
The extra payment was, so basically when we did the revaluation, the measured works were...
So all the works are done now?
It's at 80%, so we are painting just final touches.
The pit latrine?
The pit latrines are done 100%.
The other?
For septic tank and sockaway for the staff house, those are underway, but those are underway almost
within the same amount.
Yes, everything within that amount. The 1.3.
Okay. Chair, with your indulgence, to please 80% or 85, because first you said 85, now 80. The works, or so that we are okay, you would say in between 80 and 85.
For the purpose of record.
Thank you. For the purpose of record, we go with 85%.
Okay. Now, the other query is on page 2. Rehabilitation of a staff house stored works. This is staff house? On page 2. B, we did that. Okay. This is the mango. No, this was a different one. Okay. Oh, we did that. Okay. Council Secretary and your team. You were sent away to reappear today. We want to thank you. But what you take home is that you are not doing very well in terms of managing of the CDF. We have shining examples of councils who are performing very well in the northern region and across the nation. And you are not one of them. Basically because the engineering department is not doing very well, procurement and other departments. Why am I saying so? The building was cracking at ring beam level. Where was the engineer if he was monitoring the works that the contractors were doing? And it's not true that this first contractor was paid only up to slab level. It's not true. The truth, you know it. And if you, the new council secretary, you establish the truth that this contractor was paid more, whoever was involved, charge them. We are losing a lot of money paying contractors for non-performance. They are paid in some councils, they even pay them for doing nothing, 95%, not even works commenced. We have seen them here. And the people of Zambia are our witnesses because I've been following this. Contractors like OVO, do not engage them anymore. You're not being unfair to them, but they're the ones who are unfair to themselves. Contractors in this country have an opportunity, local contractors, for the first time, to have a government that directs you use local contractors, monies in millions by the government given to councils, and say use these local contractors, not foreign contractors. Then we are not seizing that opportunity. We are doing wrong things. Here you pick money, abandon work. Abandoning work which was initiated by WDC, meaning that there is a need in that particular area. We want this service, we want this project, we want this structure to be done for us, our children to be sitting in a classroom block. Then it takes 4 years, council secretary. 4 years up to now, it is not done. Where have we lost it as a country? Even you officers, when you report for work every day, you must have post-mortem meetings in your management meetings there. You see, how are we performing? The problem that you have, you go and just say, no, it is Honorable Nyambose Mutelo and what, these are being unfair. It's not being unfair. For us, do not come here. If you don't want to come here, do the correct things. The people of Zambia are fed up. Every year you are appearing audit queries. It has become a lucrative venture for you to be making allowances. And we are telling the Minister of Local Government, we want also to go further to investigate how much you spend just to appear, so that the people of LUPOSOSHI see what damage you are causing. The councils are not collecting enough local taxes to provide the services to the councils. You are not doing any service because you lack resources. And those resources are spent to make you to come and appear. Some of the queries here, Honorable Kamondo said, if you showed the auditors, were they going to pick them? But you do it deliberately so that now, no, they fuel what you have found in them. When auditors come deliberately, don't do anything. So that you use that to come and appear, make allowances for yourselves. In the future, it must be put very clear, it's part of your duty to appear before this committee. The ministry should stop you getting allowances. As long as you are coming to appear, all the councils, it should be just a fuel for your vehicles. How many liters calculate? You come here at your own expense. One day you go back. We'll be calling you one by one. You know your date, you come, fuel, you go back. So that these allowances are used to provide services to the people of Zambia in those councils. You will see that we shall have zero audit queries. But because of this allowance, some of the queries can be avoided. Because of kickbacks, you continue engaging OVO. He fails here, you give him the other contract. We are not just being unfair to OVO, but it's not morally when we stand here as a committee. We are not happy. And we have discovered another contractor in Northwestern Province. And they are all over. They fail. So I can say a lot. Council Secretary, put your house in order. Former Council Secretary, where have you gone? Masaiti. If you get this attitude you had in LUPOSOSHI, take to Masaiti, it will be very unfair. Lessons you have picked from this audit, you should have 0 audit queries in Masaiti. Before we are dissolved the next year, there will be an audit report that we are going to look at. And we are going to be here. We shall pray that Madam Speaker keeps us in this, so that we have the institutional memory. Once you just to come, you tell you, remember, you have recruited over again. This country needs these resources. The President has said the 3 principles. 1, procure a project at the right price. 2, deliver it within the contract time frame. If you say 12 weeks, 3 months, so that the people benefit. The other one, good proper quality, workmanship, but it's cracked at ring beam. When did you discover it's cracked up to ring beam? So we are not helping. The immunity is withdrawn. You go back. From now on, you are on your own. Thank you very much for your appearance.
Good evening. That's it. That's our last witness for the day. That's LUPOSOSHI Town Council, and it was being flanked by the Council Secretary, who is Mr. Sidney Hamoya. The day started off with Kasempa Town Council making an appearance before the Committee on Local Government Accounts, and it was led by Mr. Liungu Mungandi, who was the Council Secretary, and we also had Manyinga Town Council, led by Dr. Gifta Sakanyi, who is the Council Secretary for Manyinga Town Council, and the committee has actually was not happy with the report that was presented before them, and they've asked Manyinga Town Council to make a reappearance sometime next week. The other witness that made an appearance before the committee was Mushindamo Town Council. It was flanked by Mr. Gabriel Louis, who is the Council Secretary, and of course ending the day was LUPOSOSHI Town Council. So these are the 4 witnesses or councils that did appear before the Committee on Local Government Accounts as they continue to look at how the CDF funds are being utilized countrywide. We would like to thank you for your time. From all of us, yes, bye-bye, and do have a blessed weekend.